Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. This is Umaira Said, lecturing English Times Institute, Pakistan. And today the topic which I have lined up to discussion is the online journalism. Online selling, the watching of the news online, the selling of the products online, cooking online, taking the recipes online. There are so many things which have been happening online these days. As the Marshall McLuhan said in 1964, the world will be turned into the global village, and everyone of us is experienced this global village nowadays. Now everyone has its own ideas that how to present themselves. Everything is available online. Like now, after a week, we are going to perform some ritual cutting of the animals, and all the animals are now available on the online as well. You may get your food, you may get your medicines, you may get everything online. So what is this? This is online journalism. What deals with the journalism is that when you convey your message or convey the message to the masses, and as far as the particular online journalism is concerned, it is the contemporary form of the conventional media, in which in nowadays everything which is being published and conveyed through the internet or by the waves is said to be the online journalism. Radio, television, films, these all are the form of the media. And as far as we have discussed in the previous lecture about the films, that film is the fine international language media. If you want to convey your information, if you want to study the other country's culture, if you want to know that what is their political insight and what is happening economically over there, what was the reason of their economical depression, like go and study their movies culture and what kind of a movie they are producing these days. One of the American producer, Michael Nolan, he is Christopher Nolan, and he is one of the best producer. Like he has produced the movies related to the science fiction, Inception and Interstellar. These are and the Prestige. These are the movies not only he produced but directed as well, and it shows that one kind of the educational peak they have approached in their country. Now let's move to some other social platform, but going into those social platforms, I would like to tell you that this online journalism was first started in UK in 1970, and it was started with the teletext, and which was further replaced by the video text. Teletext, it was in 1970, it started in the UK by the journalist, and their purpose was that the people just pick the news of their choice and they start reading it. It became so famous and the popular that it was replaced by the video text, because the seeing is believing, so the people believe more on seeing. That is why that the news which is displayed whole of the day, if it is played with the picture, the people consider that this news is more authentic. Like if someone has murdered another person, if you caught the culprit, the picture of the culprit become very much popular among the people. And there were so many other cases. God forbid, there was the last year you have seen the child rape cases and the hanging of the culprits and all these things. Although it was the kind of a journalism, and people were like cursing the person because the picture was displayed. So the purpose of online journalism is that it is sometimes become more authentic when you displayed it with the picture as well. What are the different other online platforms through which you may convey your media? Nowadays, the Facebook, the Twitter, the Insta, the WhatsApp, and many other, maybe you know much more better, are the social platforms through which you may convey your messages. I have an experience of online selling and online purchasing, and I come to know that the people are now more enthusiastic by purchasing at home, by like they are feeling so comfortable by selling at home, and people, and especially the women in these quarantine periods, are very much comfortable in purchasing by sitting at home. There are few cases of the fraud, but yes, you may get the good product if you are getting from the authentic platform. Facebook has now become a page or other platform through which you may start teasing to each other. There is some political wars over it, like there are so many other news, authentic news which you may get on the Facebook page as well. Twitter is a kind of a platform through which your small messages you sabotage the other person's career. It is one of the form, like if you have a command over skill, if you know that how to compose a message, Twitter is the bestest platform, and many of the political party leaders and the actors and public speakers, they used to have their Twitter account, and they speak to the people and convey their messages what they want to convey. WhatsApp has advanced itself, Gmail is available, Google is available, and there are so many other forms of the online journalism. In the online journalism now the e-newspapers are available. Now, in the previous years, the paper cost was 5 rupees or 10 rupees. Nowadays, it has increased to 20 to 30 rupees, and sometimes it becomes very much difficult to cut down 30 rupees for those who are not that much inclined to the reading of newspaper. So, what they do, like if their internet is available, although internet is not that much of high cost, it is cost effective, and you may read not only the single newspaper but the world newspaper as well, like the New York Post is available, Washington Post is available, and you may read so many other foreign newspaper and to get the comparative analysis. With the 30 rupees you may purchase the one newspaper, and with the having availability of internet you may read the world's newspaper, and that is why the online journalism is not taking the higher step, and people are not turning the world on the online, and you are getting everything online and you are reading everything on the online. Nowadays the online classes has started as I am conveying the lectures and you are watching on the YouTube, and YouTube is one of that biggest platform through which you conveyed your messages. Like not only this is the Times channel, there are various other channels are available, and many other scholars like us are conveying and delivering their students a comprehensive knowledge for their understanding. Number 2 is the search based. Online journalism is definitely a search based. Like if you are not satisfied with the one article, you may search and find out another article which is a more authentic. Like I am doing the research these days, many of my fellows are doing research, maybe in future you would go for the research. These platforms would help you a lot to search out the article related with your thesis statement. Then people are more like inclined towards having the new and the more stories. Like everything has become a story. In the journalism it is being said that if a dog bites a person, that is not a news, but if a man bites the dog, that is the news. Now every person is running after the story. Everything has become the breaking news. So that sometimes I think that is not a breaking news, that is a sensational news. Everything has become a sensation. Like if one has eaten more than 2 burgers, it has become a news that Imran Khan, the Prime Minister of Pakistan, has eaten 2 more burgers these days. So this kind of a journalism must be avoided, which is the yellow journalism. In the previous ages, the journalism, the published paper was considered to be the more authentic, because you may take it as a record and you must know that who is the author. But nowadays, like as the people are more internet lovers and they prefer more on searching a whole of the day, and it was a research that our 55% of our time is we mostly spend on the internet. Like we are connected with the person sitting on the 1,000 miles away, but we do not know that what is happening in our near proximics, and that must be avoided as well. In one newspaper, if you are article reader, or if you want to read the editorials, so by purchasing of the 30 rupees newspaper, you may read the articles of a single person of a single newspaper. But with the internet availability, with the online journalism, you have a facility to read the articles of the various writers of the different newspaper, and their articles are the research based, and you would get more and more knowledge, because they are having a more depth of knowledge in their articles as well. Virtual education is very important these days, as I told you previously, that now the virtual university is delivering lecture online. The PTV has started their Talim Ghar on the PTV. So these all are the kind of the platforms that is all that you are not taking something from the published papers, but from by the airs or by the waves. The cooking channels are available, the chronic functions are available. Although many of you will say that why I am saying that these are the form of the journalism. Actually, when you are conveying something to the general masses, become under the banner of the journalism. There are so many things which can be discussed in journalism, like the radio. Like radio cannot be replaced by the internet, but nowadays you may switch to the different radio channels which are not of your city or not of your country, and listen to the ideas and the beliefs of the even the neighboring countries as well. If you want to know that what is happening across the border, what is happening around the globe, this online journalism will help you a lot. As I told you that 1964 a terminology was breakout, and nowadays everyone is running after that particular thing, that now to make the whole world a global village, everything has been squeezed too small, everything is in your fist and in your thumbs. You just rub your fingers and rub your thumb over the screen and everything will come in front of you. So there are so many advantages as which we have discussed, that it is a search based, it is a cost effective as well. But number two, disadvantage is, and there are so many remote areas where the internet is not available and people are not this much literate. What would you do there? Would you think that the online journalism would help there? Sometimes many of the fake news have been published there, many of the unauthentic news and many of the unauthentic information being played over on the screen, but the newspaper or the published paper are more authentic, because you know that who is publishing, what is the date of the published. Many of the people have been charged and alleged with the blasphemy, and many of the people start defaming the other person's name. So this should be nullified, because this vilification will not only damage the one person or defame the one person repute, but the repute of the overall, like the whole of the society as well. There are many other form of the journalism, like it was there was a time when the people used to study or read the interviews of so many other people, but nowadays the online interviews are available. Many people were so much interested in knowing about the actor's life, about the performer's life, and now there are a few channels have been allocated through which you may see that what your favorite stars are doing all the day round. Many of the women are very much interested in cooking, and in 1990s on PTV there was one woman who used to cook, and that was the Cook Up Khwaja. And nowadays there are the Masala channel, and 24/7 all the cooking shows are available, and you may cook and you may enhance and improve your cooking as well. In our ages there was only one PTV channel, and the 5-minute and Aqualagin and the 5-minute cartoon series was available from 7 to 8. And nowadays there are number of the cartoon channels available on television 24/7, and now the children are engaged, have been engaged in watching the cartoons all around. The music was not that much popular, but there was only 1 or 2 songs in a day, but now there are number of the music channels through which you may play it and listen the music of your choice. So journalism have taken it this different shapes. Now the journalism has not been confined to the published paper, now it has taken the different shape. Everything which is been conveyed to the general masses come under the banner of the online journalism. What is the future? Definitely the future is very bright, as the people are more and more digital. Every person is running after the digital life. As we are studying and we are talking about the transhumanism, as every person is talking about the robotic life, as everything is available online. So I hope that in the future the world definitely will be squeezed into the fist. As we have discussed that chronic teaching are also available on online, like ARY is one of the authentic channel who has started delivering the Quranic teachings at home, because during this pandemic the people are now so much mentally occupied that they want their children to get the Quranic education as well. As after a week we are going to have a sacrifice of the animals, and now the online sending of the animals are also available. You are sitting at home and world is hovering around you, and word is and everything is dancing around you. So this is the online journalism. You may include many other things which are around you, which facilitate you, which helps you, which improves your education, which improves your personality, which helps you developing your conscious. Everything which supports you is said to be the online journalism. So this was the lecture for today, in which we comprehensively discussed the online journalism, and I hope that you would understand and you would include more and more things in your assignment as well. So come with the new lectures next week. Take care. Allah Hafiz.